As I always say, you know the vibes. This is Litty Willie. Um, y'all usually know me as the lit guy, the one having fun, um, the one giving the interviews out to people. But for a while, I've been trying to think about doing some sort of more personal content with a segment, more mental health, more relationships, more things on a day to day, especially things that I experience, things that I go through, things that I feel, and want to reach out to other people because I feel like there's a lot of things that I go through that people don't know, don't get to see, and I deliver it sometimes in a wild way, and sometimes it may come off as like childish, demeaning, belittling. So I wanted to have like a segment on YouTube where I bring some mental topics and some emotional topics into the world. So as we start off, I want to start by saying like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff that the usual YouTubers say because I want to start getting more engaged with people. I want people to start explaining to me what they feel, maybe about me, maybe about their relationships. This podcast is about having honest conversations about feelings, emotions, personal experiences, personal attacks, all that thing. I don't want to take anything that I say out of this and put it into a sense where it's directly to or about someone, but I will be talking about experiences without naming any names of what I've been through because I feel like the best way I can express myself and vent is by speaking out. Um, some people may take it all as like I'm shaming somebody or I'm bitter or I'm sour or I haven't got over things, and that's not the case. You see how you have to understand that a lot of us express ourselves differently. Some of us get mad, some of us get sad, some of us go to therapy, some of us go to counseling, some of us do a bunch of things. I take joy out of journalism. I take joy out of speaking to people. So I feel like there's a lot of people in this world that want to express themselves, but they don't know how or they can't because they're scared that if they say something, somebody's going to perceive them in a sort of way. When you put your information on social media, it's not always to downplay somebody. Some people just express themselves that way. Not everybody uses social media for what the average person uses social media for, which is to portray a certain image or character. Like, that's not me. So when I express myself on social media, for this, I don't want to say simple minded, but for the certain amount of people, they may think, well, oh, he needs to get over that already and stop speaking about that. No, no, I am going to speak about it. And this is why I'm now starting this YouTube thing. I want to talk about our personal problems with our relationships. If you don't know, um, I've been through a divorce, and then after a divorce, I was single for a little bit, and then I got into a serious relationship. That serious relationship was almost 4 years. It would actually been 4 years and 7 days from now. Um, the relationship was good. The relationship had very few issues. In the beginning of the relationship, it took me a while. Well, let's go backwards first. The divorce was a big hit for me because it was a family oriented thing where I had family. I had a family. When I was a child, I always dreamed about having a family, which is coming home to a wife, kids, that and the other. Um, that relationship was okay until time took over, and I guess both parties, and I can't even speak about the other party, but on my party, I can say that the relationship, we were young. I was young, and I guess when I did get things together, it was too late for the other person because the other person wanted to be out and young. But moving forward to the relationship I was just in, that relationship was great. But there was a lot of red flags or situations that maybe I didn't speak on or maybe I didn't approach correctly, which I let slide a lot. And I don't even want to make it seem like it's my fault because I do believe that when you're in a certain stage in your life, especially in a certain age of your life, you should know right from wrong. You should know good and bad. You should know all these things. You should be able to converse, compromise. And it's never a one sided thing because both sides have issues, both sides have problems. Um, but one of the topics and the issues I want to bring up firstly is I don't know if firstly is a word, is appreciation. And I'm going to speak for men. Men, women like flowers, women like dates, women like these things to make them feel special about themselves and special from their partner. But I feel like today's day and age, women don't understand that men also need to be treated as if they're appreciated, especially when a man's doing everything in his power to ensure that his family is good. Now, each relationship has different problems. So I'll speak on my past relationship was, you work hard, you do your best. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But you're visually giving everything you got to ensure that you're giving everything you got. So it's like a cup. If you got a cup of water and your partner has a cup of water, and this middle thing is your foundation between your relationship, if you're pouring all into that cup and your partner's only pouring a portion and not all, after you pour yours, your partner is gonna not put as much as you. So you got to go back, figure out how to get more and pour back in while your partner's putting little to none into that. So after a while, you start getting burnt out. If you're not getting appreciated and you're not getting helped with, then you eventually start getting burnt out in a sense where you're not acting the same, you're not delivering the same, you're not speaking to the same. Sometimes you may not even be as intimate as you usually or were. So that starts becoming a problem. Now communication is key. If you're communicating with a person and you're telling a person, oh, this and this and this is happening, and nothing's getting fixed, that then turns into a red flag or a situation. So now as you as a person, you have to figure out, do I stay or do I go? Like that old school song. Um, but men, if you don't feel appreciated, it's okay to walk away. If you feel like you're not getting appreciated for the hard work that you're putting in, it's okay. Communication is the number one thing. Communication is the responsibility of both parties. Like, you have to ensure that you're communicating with your partner. But when you're communicating and there's no results and there's nothing happening, that's the part where I guess a lot of us coming from broken homes and broken situations, we tend to be okay with. We sit there and we accept that because we're searching for some sort of happiness. Now, I guess in my situation and me personally, I'm thinking, well, I always wanted a family and I got a family, so I'm gonna accept certain things here and there. But then there's certain lines and parameters that you shouldn't accept. Um, a lot of us have different standards. A lot of us have different lines that once that line's crossed, it's not, there's no coming back from. Now, in my opinion, communication, trust, love, and honesty. Communication, trust, love, and honesty. Without those four things, communication, love, trust, and honesty, there is no relationship. If one of those get hindered, the relationship, in my opinion, is no longer going to exist. Now, is everything fixable? Yes and no. It depends on who you are. Communication, trust, love, and honesty. If I can't trust you, I can't love you. If I can't love you, obviously I can't be with you. If I can't communicate with you, I can't trust you or love you. Um, Communication, trust, love, and honesty. If I can't be honest with you or you can't be honest with me, it's not going to work. So I know this is all over the place, but this is just a conversation and this is how I'm getting things off my chest. So if you have any comments to any of this, comment below. Speak to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Give me your opinion. Give me your fact. Whatever it is, drop something. Let me know what you think. But communication, trust, love, and honesty. When that's gone, there's no relationship. Now, fixing things. We all have the will and the power to want to fix something. But then there's all kinds of other things that break down into that. How old are you? What's your experience? What have you been through? Me personally, I suffer from abandonment issues. So if a person walks out on me or if a person defeats my trust, I don't have, I feel as if you gave up on me. And if you give up on me, there's no point to have you in my life. Either I love you a lot or I don't deal with you at all. There's no in between with me. So if you mess with my trust, if you can't be honest with me, there's no communication, and all there is love, the relationship ain't gonna work. Love, I mean, honestly, we can love a lot of things. We can love our car. We can love a lot of things. But when it comes to a relationship, there is a lot of factors. And also, what people don't understand, or excuse me, most people don't understand is we don't have to be in a relationship to live. We can literally not be in a relationship and survive. Some of us die not finding the right one, which is okay. But relationships take effort. Relationships take work. Relationships take dedication. Relationships take a lot of things. There's more work. There's more work where you put into a relationship where there's more, you do more than you get out of it. So people don't understand that. And I think social media messed that up a lot. And I'll get into that because mind you, I'm going back and forth in a lot of things. But social media, for example, me doing this right now, people don't want to talk about realities. People don't want to talk about pain. People don't want to talk about bad days. You know, social media is literally this platform where people are just putting things of their happiness. Like you see these couples, and I think that hurts a lot of relationships. You see these couples, they post when they're happy, they post when they're vacation, they repost their marriage pictures and their marriage videos, but they never speak on the bad that they have, the disagreement that they have. It's okay to, in my opinion, my wife didn't think that it was okay for me to do this today. What do you think? Right there, somebody will come at you and say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be putting your personal information on social." So wait, happiness is personal. You're posting your happiness on social media. Why can't you post your disagreements? You see people post cars and all these things, but you don't see that they're 6 months behind rent. So that I know that kind of seems like, oh, well, what are you getting at with that? What I'm getting at is people, especially in relationships, they're basing their relationships off of what other people are posting on social media, and they're creating these standards that don't really exist. It's like, for example, a man that watches porn and addicted to porn may think that the women that do that thing in those videos are that's normal and all women are going to do that. In reality, those are paid stars. They're getting paid to do half the things that they do. And half those things that they do are not normal. So if you're basing your relationship off of what you see on social media, you're already failing. So when you have that debate with your husband about anything, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, when you have that debate with them and you get angry, because we all get angry, we all get frustrated, and the first thing you turn to is social media, and you open up social media and you look at other people's things, that's a problem. Another thing is temptation. When you get aggravated with your spouse, or you get aggravated, or you're having a down time in your relationship, because not all relationships are always up. There's down times. There's days that sometimes y'all don't talk to each other because you're so aggravated. But if you run to that social media, the first thing that's in your palm is temptation. So if you, because you remember that snake, that serpent, for us fellas, there's gonna be dudes in your woman's DMs. And it don't matter if your woman's a 4, or it doesn't matter if your woman's a 10. There's always going to be somebody in your woman's DM. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So now, the temptation's there. And if you don't have a strong partner, and I'm going to keep saying women because I'm a man, if you don't have a strong woman that doesn't know how to differentiate that, she's going to fall into the trap of temptation. So instead of seeking a way to do better with you, or instead of seeking a higher power to try to do better, she's going to be seeking attention. And there's no coming back from that. Because once you cross that line, the line's crossed. Cheating is a very, very serious thing, especially after 35. And remember, guys, this is all my opinion. This is all my opinion. There's no right or wrong answer to this, or I'm not saying this and I'm saying that this is right. But in my opinion, after 35, you should know cheating's not right. Pop power in your hand. If you can't, if you feel the need to cheat, then you got to go. End it. It's finished. It's done. But cheating is something that, you know, it's just, it's not okay. There's no excuse. There's no reason. And you will tarnish your whole self once you do that. You will tarnish. There will be no excuses after that. Because anybody in their right state of mind will tell you, you shouldn't have cheated. You should have just left. Now, if I'm wrong, or if you have anything to say differently about that, comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me exactly what you think. Mental health is very important when you're in a relationship as well. I don't think that anybody will ever be in the perfect state of mind when it comes to mental health, but you have to, if you do have issues, first you need to be open with your issues with your partner. You need to understand that you should be able to talk to your partner about your issues, and you should be able to help each other with your issues. But not when things hit the fan. You see what I'm saying? Another perfect example, one of my past experiences, the person cheated on me and then told me we should get counseling or like therapy. So I thought to myself, I have to get counseling for you cheating. Think about how much sense that makes. And you know, we're also in a strange era with this alpha beta male type thing, and I don't see where I don't see where I put myself in those categories, because I'm okay with cooking and cleaning as long as a person's helping me cook and clean. I'm okay with a person making more money than me as long as they respect me as a man. That doesn't intimidate me that a woman makes more money than me, because I have value. And that's one thing that I'm learning as I get older. Um, that's one thing that I'm finding out about myself that maybe I didn't know about the past, the value. Um, I'm a caring person, and I tend to want to do for people more than I want to do for myself. But I also have to now understand that with that character trait that I have to be able to select and choose carefully who I let in my life, and that will be able to think and do the same equally for me. Now, I told somebody this the other day, never expect what you expect out of people, meaning don't talk, don't, excuse me, don't expect something from somebody the way you expect something from somebody, because you're never going to get it. Your expectations are always going to be different from somebody else. So, for example, don't expect to cook and expect the other person to wash the dishes. Although that may seem simple and normal to the average person, it may not be to another person. So these are things, and this is why I think dating before really dating is important. And that's my next topic. And I'm going through topics because remember, this is just a pilot. Um, this is just a new episode that I'm trying out. Dating. You know, what is dating? You know, we have this thing today where it's like, is dating intercourse, or is dating going to meeting and knowing somebody without intercourse? Is it okay to have intercourse and not be in a relationship with somebody? Comment. Let me know what y'all think. Comment below and let me know if it's okay to be having intercourse with someone, and I'm saying intercourse because I don't know YouTube's rules these days on bad words and this, that, and the other, but is it okay to have intercourse with somebody and not be in a relationship? Um, in my opinion, I think you have to have some sort of connection with that person. At my age, maybe when I was younger, it was a one night hit them up, whatever. But at this age, I believe that you have to have some sort of communication with somebody. I can't look at somebody after I'm done with intercourse and be like, "I right, leave." Like, ain't normal to me. It's just not. It's not a turn on. But maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Let me know. Comment below on that. Let me know what you think about it. Um, but yeah, what is dating? What is dating? I mean, I want to hear your opinions on when you have intercourse with somebody. How many people can you have intercourse with until you feel like, okay, this is out of control? And that's a whole nother, like probably a whole nother hour of just intercourse alone. Um, and that ties into breakups. Like, how do we deal with breakups properly? You know, being being thinking about your past relationships and not just one. Is that a sign of you haven't moved on yet, or is that a sign of just frustration? Me personally, I don't think I'm hurt from my past relationships. I'm frustrated at this point due to the fact of my age. I'm 37 years old. Like at this age, I feel like I'm at a point where I should be chilling with somebody. I should be relaxing with somebody. I should be with somebody that's really not about games. Obviously, it's going to take time to know somebody, to get to know somebody, and it may hit or miss. But when it comes to games and stuff like that, I don't think that I'm at an age or a space that I should be worried about what you're doing, who you're doing, what this, that, and the other. Like, I don't think we should be at that point. So, how do you deal with breakups and how do you deal with dating? What's dating these days? And I want y'all to comment on this because I'm gonna go off of a lot of these comments for my next segment or my next episode, and speak on these things. Um, moving on, breakups, all those things are simple but hard. But I think, in my sense, you can spend your life with somebody or you can spend your time with somebody and know it ain't gonna work and destroy yourself every single day, or you can make the decision to end that relationship. Feel a little hurt and pain a couple days here and there, but it gets better and you think about it less as you go. Nobody ever just gets through trauma just like that. Any trauma. Any trauma. You're never, I don't care what anybody says, you're never going to get over 100% somebody playing you. That shit is always going to bother you. It's always going to aggravate you. It's always going to get to you because it's just somebody's disrespecting you. And it's just not only in relationships. It could be a friend that screwed you over, and you're never going to forget that friend that screwed you over. So, there's different definitions of, oh, you still hung up on that person or not. Um, Nobody's perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect person. I am not a perfect person, but I'm a person that I wake up every day and I try my best to figure out a way on how to do better. I'm not perfect. I'm not. But every day I wake up, I think on how can I be better than I was yesterday. And this is going to be a a lifetime of trying to do better every day. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think I'm smarter than anybody. I wear my flaws more than I wear my achievements. And maybe that may be a problem sometimes. But I am not perfect. And I like to talk to people. I like to speak openly. I like to listen to people because I like to listen to life experiences so I can use to get better. I like to hear what bothers people. I like to hear what hurts people. I like to understand the human mind. Um, Conversation and journalism are dear to my heart. So when y'all see me on social media, and if you don't follow me on social media, it's at Litty Willie Litty LITTYWILLIE_. When you see me on social media and sometimes I'm crashing out verbally and saying things, it's because I don't know how to deal with my emotions, and that's the best way I feel fit to deal with it. But nobody should ever judge me, because nobody should judge anybody, because none of us are perfect. I'm doing this for people that feel the need, that they want to express themselves, but they can't because of today's society. Today's society is so judgmental because we all have this fake stencil of what we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be, and that shit don't exist. We're all different. We all have different fingerprints. We're all different. We all have our own ways. Nobody's perfect. But when you admit it and you hold yourself accountable for the things that you do wrong and try to do better, you're a better person that thinks that there's nothing wrong with them. There's something wrong with all of us. Um, I want to hear from people. So comment on this. I'm gonna be posting this on Instagram as well, so I can get people to come and comment on this as well. But I'm Litty Willie. There's no name for this segment yet, but I just want to get into a weekly, maybe daily, but I'm gonna start weekly. I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll make another one, but I want to start doing this more often to see what can I get out of people and how can I help people. So comment below right now. Let me know what you think. Give me some topics, give me some relationship issues, give me something to speak about, and we're gonna get more into it. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff. I'm Litty Willie, and I'm out.